Okay, is it working? That was a little bit silly. I switched from Streamlabs to OBS recently, so I'm not used to just booting up OBS instead of Streamlabs. Okay, the stream does not look that bad in Twitch. It doesn't look fantastic, but it doesn't look nearly as bad as the VOD did from last week, so maybe that's an issue with the way I make VODs. Maybe that's an issue that was only affecting me last week. Either way, I'm gonna actually play the video game now, I think. Let me disable preview. There we go. And make chat bigger. Okay.
I'm checking our location. We've hitched a ride to the outer giant Neptune orbit.
Just before this,
Osiris
I made a build very closely aligned with...
Guardian.
Here, I'm gonna turn down Destiny because it's really
Did
loud.
not anticipate a fellow stowaway. Callus is after an artifact on Neptune.
Okay, hopefully this is not too quiet.
I'm working on a plan to stop him.
Anyhow, like I was saying, I made a build with Severance Enclosure, mostly based off of a build video recently released by Dorvarich, I think it's pronounced. I don't remember. Seems like a very interesting build based around finishers. I'm gonna get this off my screen. I totally forgot. Based around finishers and the new fragment called Echo of Cessation, which causes finishers to make targets explode and causes volatile, I think. I haven't actually read it. True. And that gives us Void Breaches, which I don't know. I know Void Breaches give you class ability, but I don't know, other than that, what they actually do just yet. And it's also based around getting grenade energy off of those finishers. Using that one armor church trick you can do with explosive... Well, the explosive finisher isn't the important part, but empowered finisher. And I do have some artifact mods already on because I have unlocked them through playing on my other two characters. And those should improve this build. The one thing about this build is I'm not used to going for finishers so much. But I have been playing around with more finisher-based builds now that the mod system has been changed so much, because it is pretty good. The game seems unusually loud. Do I have this on the right kill checker? I do. I don't know why I have such a thing about kill checkers, honestly. They don't mean anything. I should have checked my upgrade modules before this. Oh, well, I probably shouldn't use very many upgrade modules, actually.
The Shadow Legion is one step ahead of us. Any damage we can inflict on the Cabal fleet.
Because I can just keep playing and keep getting higher light geared, because it's going to try to match up with my highest light stuff, which is certainly up there. I'm at like 1800, I think, on my my hunter.
Locating now. Got it. We're not far from the core. We need a way in there.
I don't remember how to do any of this, which is hilarious, because I did this mission like 3 times last week because of the weekly mission, weekly campaign mission pinnacle. Yeah, see right there, my grenade is all the way back almost. Pretty good. It is the same or better than pre-nerf Heart of Endless Light, seemingly. As far as grenade uptime goes, I don't think I'll have grenade, or I don't think I'll have ability uptime on my other abilities quite as much. Although I will get a decent amount of melee charge from my grenades. I don't actually know why I'm getting so much barricade charge, because I don't know of anything in this build that would build towards that. I was going to use Layman Arc for most of this gameplay, but it's not. It's feeling rather slow, and for a finisher-based build, I think I'd rather have something that could whittle things down before I finish them. Oh, the Void Breachers give me class ability energy. That might be helping with the barricade. That is an advertisement. I don't even know how to delete things inside of OBS. I don't think I can. In chat, I mean. Yeah, I have no idea. I guess that's just stuck there. Oh, there's a mod view button. Okay, inside of Twitch. That changed nothing. Yeah, I don't know if literally anything is different. Okay. Oh well. But yeah, I definitely do want to switch to like an SMG or something to get more finishers off. But the thing about that is I don't have Unforgiven. I have like 50 duality clears, and I don't have an Unforgiven with anything good. I really want one with Repulsor Brace. Preferably, I think it can get Repulsor Brace and Adrenaline Junkie, which is absurdly good. But I have not felt like farming it since the season it came out because I farmed it so fucking much. Not for Heart Shadow, but literally just for a good Unforgiven. And I didn't get one, which is unfortunate. Oh, I might have one of those Iron Banner SMGs with Repulsor Brace on it. That might be decent.
If the witness establishes a link with a veil, it'll be over for the
Let me look at it's Hero's Burden, right?
They've never faced a threat of this magnitude. Even if
Do.
you say
Does it have Repulsor Brace on it?
chance against
No.
the witness,
It's a PvP roll.
none of us would.
I could have sworn I had one. Maybe I didn't keep it.
Our only hope to survive the
That's too bad. I will switch to just avoid weapon other than Layman Arc anyways. I wanted to use an exotic. I think that's half the reason I had that on. Then I just couldn't decide what to use, and I know that Layman Arc was decent because Dorvarich recommended it. But, it'll probably... oh, I should say, it would probably feel better in higher level content. Layman Arc, that is. Because then you don't just kill everything in one shot with it. Probably, maybe you still do. I've seen a lot of people having trouble with Tormentors. I just realized I'm going to be one of those people because I didn't grab a precision weapon. And honestly, they're not that tough. And I'm going to say that and like fucking die now, but... Oh, okay, you literally can't. Let me grab like a type in, yeah.
I feel they'll have more surprises in store.
I don't know, I probably shouldn't have put that on right away, but... I don't really remember when you first have to actually kill that Tormentor, so... Doesn't make a big difference anyways. The focus of this build is my grenade and my finisher. If I remember to use them. I haven't actually paid attention enough to see the explosion go off either. There we go. Yeah, that wasn't that impressive. But that's, I do say that, and I just came from making a build with that one hunter exotic that has makes the explosive knives basically nukes, so I guess I might be a little bit biased. That's a lot of ads. I don't remember this many enemies in here. One of the times I played through the campaign was solo, and that was on my hunter, and then the other time was on my warlock with a friend. I should probably look at my finishers before I do all this finishing and get one I actually enjoy using, because I I think I just have them like several favorited and then have it on random.
Make your way to this ship.
We need some way to get to the surface.
I'll have a look at that right now, actually, because I have the opportunity.
Did I detect a bit of
What?
hesitation?
How do I only have one in here?
No. My impromptu
My other characters have like
have a high rate of
4 finishers on them.
Just get here quickly.
Where do you even get finishers from? Okay, you can just take them out of collections. That's good. That's not very interesting. I really like that finisher. I think it's really funny. So I'll go with this one because I don't want to spend forever looking at finishers. I feel like that's probably not the best content. The most exciting part of the Legendary campaign. Dismantling the things that are not highlight. I enjoy the sound design in Lightfall. A lot of it's really good. Like that? That sounds great. This is my first time playing through it with headphones, actually, so that'll be nice.
Flagship. He's heading right for the surface.
I turned my music up recently. That's probably a little louder than it needs to be with headphones on, huh?
Guardian, what do you think of my Shadow Legion? Revel in these hollow victories. I want you in the best of spirits when we meet in the arena.
That was just... I don't know. I don't have an excuse, actually. Callus's voice acting is really good in this game. I said that like he's in other games, but... I mean, was he in D1 in any capacity? I don't think he was. No. No, he wasn't, because D2 released with like the Leviathan and stuff, and he was like a new character at that time. That's wild, Callus being a new character. That is such a foreign idea. Since he's been around for so long now. Well, I guess he's gone now. Or for now, at least. Just gonna use my bubble here. Oh yeah, I have a build that does things. I should be doing that. Nope, never mind. Well, that looked dangerous. I did get full heal off of Devour. I didn't think about that. Devour will give me full health when I do a finisher, so that's good for survivability.
He's used to getting things done his own
So that makes me wonder what kind of builds I could make on
even after
Void in general, honestly, because
he only has us to watch his back.
finishers are so good right now because of Empowered Finish being combinable with any of these other finishers, because then with Quick Charge you can just get
We need
any ability or special ammo or anything like that back for free, basically, off of a finisher.
going to help me.
So maybe I should look into making some finisher builds. Or some more finisher builds. But on Void, rather. Because this is the first one I've been on Void, I think. And I didn't come up with this idea. It was Dorrich, as I've mentioned. Because I never would have thought of Severance Enclosure. It's pretty neat exotic. I'm not seeing it put in a lot of work. Oh, powered melee kills work too? I did not know that. I should probably read things before I put them on. I'm not playing quite as safe as I probably ought to be, but that won't really bite me in the ass until later. I don't understand what makes enemies immune when they're being finished and what makes them not immune whatsoever. Because sometimes they will be, and sometimes they just won't. And it's very unclear what the difference is.
Let's take out the engine.
Still not the fucking Tormentor room. I hope Slug is decent on this engine, because otherwise it's gonna take forever. Or at least I remember it taking forever, maybe I'm misremembering. Did the enemies have swords above their heads before? I don't recall if that was the case or not. I feel like maybe they did not, but maybe I'm just losing it. Nope, not it doesn't even do damage? What? Oh, okay, it was dead already. So maybe I was misremembering when I said they have a lot of health. Look at that grenade energy. Just all the way to full. It's very neat, but I'm still undecided on my overall thoughts on the new system. We lost so much, even if we did gain some neat stuff like finisher-based builds being good. I don't remember, well, really any finisher-based builds being all that good before, but I don't know if that's because we had better options available, or if finisher-based builds were just that limited. Oh, you know what I should do? I was saying I should make a finisher build on Void. I could make one with Felwinter's Helm. That'd be pretty dope. Because that's just Severance Enclosure on Warlock. Except with like a 30% debuff, I think, which is crazy. 30% like extra damage versus them. That might be worth looking into. Let me move my mic down. Finding a good place for my microphone is so difficult because I have to find a balance between having it like too far away and you can't hear me super well, or you missed some things that I say very quietly or something like that, or having it too close and you can hear all the fucking noises my mouth is making when I speak, which is just awful, I'm sure. Did it? Oh, maybe I did damage to the engine before in the same way I just did now, which was volatile, I'm guessing? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention, honestly. Where do you go? Okay. Of course. I mean, I guess it is pretty well lit up. There are chests here, but nonetheless. I do like this first section. But I think I would like it a lot more if I hadn't played through Haunted and that one exotic mission for DMT. What is it called? Presage? I think I would like this opening section a lot more if not for that, because those were good, especially Presage anyway. What? Why were there enemies in there? They were good, and that's fine because this is good too. So I'm not saying this is worse than them by a lot. I think Presage is really good. I don't think this beats it. But my point rather is that I did a lot of stuff on like Cabal ships. Not Cabal ships even, actually. Because, no, Presage is a Cabal ship, I guess. Either way, though, a lot of movement within this kind of architecture, so I'm just kind of sick of it, is my point. It's a very roundabout way of saying I'm a little bit sick of moving through the vents in the architecture. And that's another thing I want to bring up. Vents are like a theme in Lightfall, which I think is really funny. For no particular reason, and I'm not going to elaborate further on why vents might be funny. But it is strange, because like throughout the entire game, there's just so many times that you either need to go through a vent, or it's an option, or... Actually, I don't ever think it's an option. I think when I'm saying that, I really mean inside of like... I think there's a lost sector, or maybe multiple lost sectors that require you to go through a vent. So, is there a cooldown on the Void Breaches that it dropped from Valtire on enemies? There is. You could see it showed up on the left there. That's about 2 seconds, I think it was. Interesting. That's reasonable, especially because it's volatile rounds, so you're going to be killing everything at once. And it's not a big deal, because how many class abilities are you really going to be going through? Can't be that many. Where am I going? Okay. You would think I'd know from the number of times I've done this, but no, somehow not. I meant to log into my Titan last week. I meant to do the Legendary campaign on my Titan last week, but I never found the time. And I also just didn't want to burn myself out on the game too quickly. Because I had already done it on my other two characters in the matter of like 2 days after release. Not burn myself out, but done the legendary campaign rather. Where are the other spawns? Do they only come from here? How many is this gonna kill? That's pretty dope. That's pretty fun. It didn't kill very many enemies though, like it didn't do a lot of damage. And I know I'm in like legend difficulty content. And I'm under light. I just realized these enemies are probably at a light level that is higher than the light level that I am at. That would explain why the swords appeared, actually. It's because I haven't been infusing anything. Yeah, I think every time there's chests and you get items, you're supposed to infuse them, and therefore the enemies are allowed to get stronger. That would make sense. I've been doing a lot of finishing without using my grenade, which is kind of defeats the point of this build. Speaking of pointless things, the like backpack things that spawn, they give, I think it's like a shield. I think it works like an overshield does, but it's not really too much health. Nobody saw that. No, that didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. I will say, #1 tip if you're having trouble with Tormentors, is less of a tip and more of a weapon suggestion, is an Uggie's Burden. That thing shreds through them. Also aiming, which I am incapable of doing right now. I don't know why I came down here right when he went into the phase where he could instantly kill me. At least I assume he can while I'm under light. Because I know he could when I was playing on my Hunter. Although, maybe that's a resilience check, because it felt kind of close. But it's unclear, because he just kind of hangs on to you for a while and then you die when he does that grabby thing. It's so sad that that's not an instant kill in 2-player content, because that makes them not scary at all. And I don't think it is in 1-player if you're at light level either. And then I don't know for 3-player. I don't think I've done a legendary campaign mission with 3 people. Oh, actually for Pinnacle I have. Or I guess that wasn't on legendary, I don't think. So that doesn't really count either. I do wonder if they one-shot you in 3-player content. They should. They should do that much damage, because they should be a threat. They hyped them up to be super scary and stuff, and then they don't even kill you when their super telegraphed attack hits you. Which isn't something I'm upset about. I don't really care. It's just a missed opportunity. Nope. I don't remember that happening. Oh, because a cutscene, probably. Nope. It really does just cut to black like that. That's interesting.
There's a whole city here. An entire civilization.
They really don't let you take out a spare right now?
Let's find him.
You on the road. Identify yourself. Are you with the invaders?
We're guardians from the last city.
Light bearers.
We're fighting
The way he says light bearers is so...
something called the Veil.
I don't know what the word is.
Be there soon.
I think if anybody feels the same way, they'll understand that. I do wish this build had... I guess Devourer kind of makes up for the survivability. But I wish it had a different way to generate survivability. I do want to see, actually... This is a big deal, or a big thing. I do want to see how much a Void Breach gives you, as far as class ability energy goes. So I have that much... Okay, that was like nothing off of 1. Not like nothing, but... I think that's equivalent to like 1 utility kickstart with no armor charge, which is not a lot. This build seems really good though. And I think most of that's from Devour, which I don't even know why I didn't think about. That's like the most powerful thing on Void, basically. In PvE. In PvP, it's certainly powerful, but obviously you require a kill for it. It's not like Overshields, which are just free on demand for Titans, which is its own thing. I'm surprised that's lasted so long, honestly. It's kind of like healing nades. The fact that they still, all of those free Overshields still exist in PvP is really funny. And healing nades are another issue with
Thought we were the last.
re-engagement and stuff, but
Wait until the Vanguard.
I'm not a PvP main. That's not really for me to speak about.
That now. If we don't stop the Shadow Legion, there won't be any city
I did
left.
play a lot of PvP last year, though. Not like a lot as in hundreds of hours. I probably put in 70 hours or something just to get the Iron Banner shaders, basically. Because, yeah, fashion is the end game. It's just a fact.
What's going on out there?
Osiris, I'm detecting an anomaly on my.
It's neat to play through the campaign with, like, a new perspective after having finished it.
Good.
Oh, and this is the first time I've used
Quite confined.
Strain on Titan.
This energy source. This is incredible.
Hmm.
You can wield it.
Okay, grapple feels pretty good on Titan, I think, is my... Yeah, it feels good. Better than Warlock, I'd say. I hate saying that because I feel like if somebody else said that, I'd be like, well, skill issue, you just don't know how to use Warlock Jump correctly. But it is genuinely worse than Hunter and Titan, which makes sense because the grapple was designed for Hunter first and foremost, I believe they said. And just having a Hunter's Jump interacts with grapple a lot better because of the way that it works. It's just a lot more mobile, it's a lot better for repositioning and stuff, whereas on Titan, I'm gonna read this real quick. Interesting. Whereas on Warlock, rather, all of your it's better to say gliding is entirely momentum based, so you have to use your momentum during your grapple correctly, otherwise you're just fucked after you grapple as far as getting more out of it. And that's not super difficult, but it does make it completely different than on Hunter, where it's just a free reposition completely. On Titan, it seems good. I'm not sure why it just disconnected there. I hate that. I don't know if anybody would have caught that, but I hate when I'm trying to grapple and I press the grapple button and then the spacebar, because that instantly cancels it like that. And the reason I do that is because almost every time I grapple, I press spacebar and then grapple, but sometimes the order gets mixed up. I've seen footage of this heavy attack. It seems really good. Like, really good. And that did last a while. I used like 8 heavies, I think. Hopefully I'm not just completely off. Oh yeah, grapple, I should be using that, huh? Bonkers. Oh, it's a wipe too. I should pay attention.
Osiris, I'm detecting an anomaly.
I heard a lot of people had issues, or rather trouble with Callus at the end. Spoiler alert.
Quite confined in here.
This energy source.
But
Incredible. You can wield it.
he didn't seem that difficult for me on my Hunter, especially because all of the grapple points that are in that, I don't see any. I would use an example right now, but surprisingly there are no grapple points here, I guess because they don't give you the tutorial for it yet. But there are just so many grapple points, and just like you just saw with that War Beast, your grapple will try so hard to go out to that enemy, even if it's not in like a reasonable range. I don't like that the melee destroys tangles, because half the time I'm trying to pick up a tangle I just don't get to. It feels nice to be using a Strand subclass in the story again, when it's actually good. I say when it's actually good, that was extremely negative on Strand. I don't actually think Strand is all that bad, but rather when the cooldowns are crazy low, as they are in the story. What is there like an enemy left? Nope, just felt like taking a while apparently. I love these indicators, but there are some places in this game, where those indicators show up like a split second before it lands, which is hilarious, but it's not very good. Oh, Severance Enclosure works on all subclasses, right? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting actually, because I'm using like a very melee-based subclass potentially. Watch it not work with chain melees. You know, I guess I called it. Because yeah, either I did something wrong or it just straight up doesn't work with Shan. Glad I went all the way down to that sign. It does look like it uses a lot of super energy in the bottom left there, but I feel like I'm getting some back. Wait, what? Yeah, I think I am. Maybe I'm just making shit up. We'll see. Next time I get it up. Look in the bottom left. Let me find an enemy to kill with a heavy attack. Nope, I'm just making shit up. Didn't look like I moved. Up, that is.
Your body can't handle this much power. Your vital signs are in the red.
I should try trying to get a lot of momentum before that animation happens. Because it's funny when you get some momentum. I haven't tried getting like an absurd amount of momentum, like putting on like Eager Edge or something. Which probably isn't worth the trouble, but it would be funny. I don't know why I'm sitting here and watching this cutscene. I've seen it at least once. Which is enough. I don't know how I feel about Nimbus. Like overall, I know how I feel about a lot of Nimbus's character. Or a lot of Nimbus as a thing in this video game. Because it's not really the character I have issues with, it's the voice. Because the voice acting is whatever. I don't... I think the person did good with it, if anything. But there's this vocode effect to like all of their dialogue, and it's painful. Here, we're gonna listen to it right now.
Check this out.
If he talks, or if they talk, I think it's they.
You're the light bearer. Huh.
And like once you hear it,
I'm not
you will not
gonna say
unhear it.
that mind's eye is anything special.
It's
But
awful.
you're Earth's immortal warlords growing up, and you think like round shields.
And that's not anything against the voice actor. I think the voice actor, like I said, does a good job. But that vocode effect is, I think I might be using the wrong word there. I think vocoding is accurate to how that sounds. But either way, whatever it is, that like musical tone behind their voice, it sounds awful. I get what they're going for, because like Cloud Striders are like augmented and stuff, and like maybe it has to do with stuff going on in their neck, which would be near vocal cords or something like that. Some random shit like that. I'm making shit up. Maybe that's how it works. I don't know. Either way, I can see why they went for the vocoding thing. It just doesn't work, in my opinion. It sounds... I don't want to keep saying annoying, because I feel like annoying is the wrong word, and that comes across differently than I mean it as well. So, I'll keep you posted on that. Do I have to stand here and listen to all of this until he's done talking?
No one guessed the Ishtar Collective made it here.
I do. Oh yeah, Ron. Man, he is stanced.
His grip on the city remains strong.
Is this... This is different than what Nimbus has on his arm, right? I think that's different. Just wait until we get an exotic gauntlet that looks just like it. I wonder when we'll get like a Cloud Strider tech exotic armor, because I feel like I kind of expected that, but We didn't really get any. I'm checking right now to make sure neither of the hunter ones look like that because I don't remember. Where is it? Alright, I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. And it'd be neat because like I do like. I don't know if I'd say I like it, but I could see an exotic that looked like Cloud Strider's tech looking good. I know there's like a power level glitch right now that makes it so like if you pull like weapons onto a different character using like dim or something, it'll fuck with your power leveling. But hopefully that's not an issue. I just realized, is the Legendary campaign not able to drop you stuff higher than 1750? I didn't really think about that, but that might be the case. That's obnoxious to some extent. What? I can't even walk out there. Can I? Yeah, no. I can see. But I can't walk in there. Let me check that the stream's functioning still. Yep. Hadn't checked in a while, so worth making sure. As far as the timeline for the stream goes, I'll probably stop streaming in about an hour. Maybe an hour and 10. Hopefully that lines up well with whatever I'm doing at the time.
You heard Osiris. We need to get to the Veil before Callus and his Shadow Legion.
I didn't hear Osiris, I wasn't listening.
Radio channel with Nimbus.
How's it looking out there?
So I should probably at least infuse my weapons, because otherwise they're going to be unusable very quickly. Let's see here. Got that thing. Got that thing. Got that. Okay, that works. The question is whether I want to use or infuse Crown Splitter or Typin, because I only have one heavy weapon to infuse. I know what I'll do. I'll infuse Typin, because I will use Typin on my other characters. And I won't infuse Crown Splitter until I get another heavy drop. And then I'll just infuse it to whatever that heavy drop's level is, because I don't really need it to be super high, because I won't be using it after the campaign, probably. Maybe I will, but
This city is impressive.
I can decide that later. Also, I hit 1750 pretty quickly. I was expecting it to go kind of slow, because I know I have my weapons on my other characters, and like that's why it went so fast, but I expected the armor to take a while to climb, like, progressively up. But surprisingly, it got up there in like 3 drops. Which actually, now that I recall, pretty sure that's how it worked in like the Witch Queen. So, that makes sense. I don't know why I'm bothering to hang out here. Okay. It didn't give me a light level. Oh, because I got killed by my Sparrow. My Sparrow does not have a light level. Wild. Because, yeah, I was wondering how good and or bad my light level is for this activity. But I didn't really look when I went to the flag, so we may never know. I like how this legionary didn't see me. He was just walking around. What I do not like is these enemies dying during my finisher animation. They're supposed to be immune. So that's really obnoxious. I'm considering masterworking that just to get void resist, but I don't need void resist. I need arc resist, because that's what these guys are shooting in shotgun form. Which is what's killing me when I'm being stupid and running into their faces. Like this. Just don't think that was very necessary. Also, did they name a fucking seasonal challenge Rohan's Legacy? Yep. Fuck anybody who hasn't done the Lightfall campaign yet. That's funny. Funny, not funny, I guess. Because anybody who didn't know that Rohan died, which, to be fair, most telegraphed death in writing history. But, nevertheless, I mean, I say that, but I hate to say it, but how was that meatball close enough to kill me? That's fucked up. Anyway. I have no idea what I was talking about, because that meatball was just so astounding. That hitbox reached so far. I guess I'll keep that in mind. I saw the landing icon and I was like, oh, better not walk over there. And it did not matter. Also, what was that slap sound effect that just played? Is that the sound that Servant's Enclosure makes? Because that's really funny.
One down.
Oh no, that was the like flintlock gun in my finisher going off, wasn't it?
Actually, it looks like they're on their way to you, Lightbearer.
Oh, let's see if this drops high. Oh, okay, so it does climb up powerful. Thank God. It's only gonna climb so high with my weapons unless it's a powerful drop, I think. And then, even then, I don't want powerful drops until whatever point that it would require them to drop. Because the drops right now are just dropping however much world drops drop below your light level, I imagine. Or up to that point, you know. I wouldn't fucking flying. Which actually, I do wonder what that is. I'm so used to Bastion, dude. It's just a free heal whenever required. How did that hit me through the shield? That's just not very kind. Okay, I was very worried my Sparrow was going to kill me there. Do I even have to kill these guys? Am I dead? Yep. My movement on Titan is rusty as fuck. My gameplay in general is probably worse right now just because I'm not used to streaming, so I'm not used to having to talk and... Well, not used to having to, like, commentate and think at the same time. So instead of doing that, I'm cutting down on the thinking and focusing on the commentating. Which is not very conducive for not dying. And I know the commentary, as proven by that sentence, is just great, but nevertheless. I wonder if I should try out different grenades with this build. I know the YouTuber I got it from, Dorverich, recommended Vortex grenade, obviously, that's why I'm running it right now. But I might experiment a little to see if the others feel any better, because Vortex is the best Void grenade in my opinion. I do agree with that sentiment. I think everyone does, basically. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Vortex grenade is really good. It's just like how Pulse grenade on Arc is really good. Of course, Storm grenade is its own thing, but there's no equivalent for Void, obviously. Yeah, these enemies just dying during the finisher animation is not appreciated. Usually you want them to die, but I'd like my finisher to proc my things, thank you. It should honestly proc them anyways if you start the animation, because it goes all the way through with the animation whether they die or not. Or whether they die to something outside of the finisher or not. And I understand why it doesn't kill at the start of the finisher, because then if you were finishing out of position and died mid-finisher before killing them, then that's its own thing, but... I don't know, I wish the mod's still procced, even if you don't kill the enemy. I don't know if it's a Lightfall specific issue that things are dying during the finishers, but I don't really recall ever having significant issues with it before. It's probably just copium to say that it's any different now, though. See, did that one give me finisher grenade energy? Because I got like a lot of grenade energy, I felt like, in a very short amount of time. I didn't see when it went up, so I don't know. Maybe Devour caused it. Doesn't Devour give you grenade energy, or is that just on Warlock?
So long as we don't
I know it's on Warlock. I don't know if it's... I probably can't see, huh?
buying enough of your city.
Devour feast on energy. Defeated foes. Yeah, grenade energy. That's pretty crazy, honestly. Devour on all classes. The second they released that orb, that just made Void even better than it already was. Because it gave you even more options as far as build crafting goes. Even for hunters, which... Without that, without the Devour aspect, or Fragment, honestly, I think they would be even more invis-centric. I think you'd be even more forced into that, which they already are ridiculously so. It's the biggest downfall of Void on Hunter. Second to only having smoke grenades as your melee, which just blows. Hopefully they do add more melees to subclasses, just all of them. A lot of people don't like stasis melees, just in general. Obviously there's the issue of the smoke grenade on Hunter. I don't enjoy the Warlock melee in PvE. In PvP, it's crazy because of it's like a positioning option, but that's the whole thing. But in PvE, I don't know. It hits like a wet noodle, and it doesn't do a lot of good to push things around in PvE much, unless you're really pushing them around, which there aren't too many ways to doing that besides like tractor cannon.
The Shadow Legion's pyramid tech is more complex than I thought. Keep them off of me while I override this.
It is interesting how much enemies fly with this build. I don't really know what's causing that. I don't know if that's like a combination of things. Also, what is going on with my mods? I'm not getting charged with light. Or I'm not getting any grenade energy anyway. I didn't have any fucking... Yeah, but I'm not getting 2 armor charges, as you can see in the on the left. Well, that guy died, so I couldn't see status on grenade energy, but still. 1 armor charge. That's strange. I don't know what could be causing that. After earlier, I should have been more careful with that meatball. Oh, I have reses though, so it's fine. Yeah. No, still the same armor charge, still the same grenade. Is it glitched? I guess that's the only thing it could be. I don't see what else could be causing it. Why? Just gonna try taking them off and putting them back on. It's the only thing I know could fix it, potentially. Okay, so now I'm gonna melee this, or I'm gonna finisher this Scion, and it's gonna give me 3 armor charges. Yeah, what? I should have tested if it worked after dying, and then tested if it worked after switching the mods. So I actually knew which one made the difference, but oh well. Yeah, it's working now. Strange. There's a lot of shit like that with this mod system, I feel like I've heard. Just stuff not working, and that could be a mix of people not knowing what their things do, since it's a new system and all. And actual glitches, but I think there's still a significant enough amount of actual glitches that it's worth... I don't know, it's worth being concerned about. Because I do hope stuff like that gets fixed. Like, there's a glitch right now with Explosive Finisher, actually. The one I'm using right now is to get grenade energy. Where, when you have 2 grenade charges, this might just be on Strand Hunter. I don't know if that's the case with other double grenade charge situations like Armamentarium or Osmiomancy. I haven't tested it. But I know on Hunter, at least, when you have 2 grenade charges, Explosive Finisher will not charge the second one. I don't think it will at all in what testing I've done, and that's really shitty because it really hurts those builds, honestly, that use double grenade charges. And that's the kind of thing, like, I wonder, like, is that ever gonna get fixed? I don't know. There's a lot on Bungie's plate right now. I can understand why that wouldn't be the first thing to get fixed, but it does worry me that it might just go unfixed for a very long time. One nice thing about this build is the guys with the like overshield backpacks,
I got it.
they seem to explode when they die.
I'm fine. I just feel a little off.
When I feel like Ghost's reaction when he said I got it was unnecessarily aggressive. I understand why it was somewhat like that, but I don't know, it felt weird the first couple times I heard it.
Possession already.
This time I'm barely paying attention to the dialogue.
Fun is not my concern right now.
With the amount of power the Veil has, I think it can hold its own a little longer. You're a hop, skip, and a couple rooftops away
I probably should have switched up my loadout a little before this.
The closer we get, the more I feel strange. Something is wrong. I feel drained. Some of our powers are gone.
I like this helmet a lot. I didn't
Device.
discover
It appears
how good it is until recently.
paracausal destruction.
Visually, I'm talking about, obviously.
I should research
I like it.
more to find a weakness. But for now, carry on.
No, let me finish her. I should not have gone out of my way to do that. Hello. Oh, this is the boss. Whoops. Imagine hitting shots. Imagine hitting shots. Wow. Could not be me. Oh, I wanted him to get low enough to finish her. Want to see how much damage I do. I know it's not a lot
By this energy,
with the like the finisher blast.
Cyrus can find a way to destroy these things.
Give me overshield, thank you.
Let's take this guy down.
At least I have that to generate overshield. It feels a lot worse without Bastion to play Titan, but at least there's the melee. And this build does generate quite a bit of melee energy with the grenade, so it does work out. It's just a lot different than what I'm used to on Titan, which is just free overshield at all times. I've seen some people using a Titan build that makes a pretty generous amount of ignitions, and I really want to see how that works. So I might make that after I finish the Legendary campaign. Or I might try to make that or see if anybody's had any documentation online. And by that I mean something like that. I'm not talking about like a single build, just seeing a lot of explosions and a lot of Titans being the ones causing them. And by explosions I mean ignitions. Why did I do that? Again, like, so used to the Bastion overshield. So used to the panic button, and I need to get used to that not existing anymore. And by that not existing anymore, it perfectly does exist. I'm just not running it because the fragments are already rather restricted in space, rather. Well, they're not physically restricted in space. Technically, there could be 5. Actually, they can't on 10. But on any other subclass, it could be like 5. And technically 4 is not that little. But on this build and on Void in general, I feel. I don't know if I'd say that necessarily, but it feels to some extent on Void in general. Aspect space is just really valuable. And that's true of every subclass. They did a good job with making most of the aspects feel good. Like, I know on am I in the ground? I am in the ground. Okay, there we go. I know on a lot of solar builds I've made, I've had issues with fragments. Even on my hunter, where I have like 5 fragment slots, because why would you not run on your mark? I'm sorry, gunpowder gamble apologists. But yeah, solar fragments are really good.
Our powers are still being
And then on Void, you obviously have Starvation for the orbs give you Devour. You have
these things. But for now,
that new fragment, which is stupidly good in PvP. You have... Oops. You have... Let me think here. Undermining, which is like a necessity for almost every Void build, because even though it's minus 20 Discipline, which is the most valuable of the bottom 3 stats in my opinion, it's worth it, which is saying a lot. I wish finishers generated orbs, because then I could get Devour off of them and I didn't have to think with my brain. Although I guess grenades give you orbs. And if I'm actually playing this build right, I should be making a lot of grenade or using a lot of grenades, so that's really on me. I'm exhausted. I might end this stream sooner than I was planning to. Because my brain is lagging behind a little. Blue. But it feels good to just do an impromptu stream like this. I was sitting around and I was like, I should do Legendary Campaign on my Titan. And then I loaded it up and I thought, I should stream it. And then I did. And I think that was a pretty good idea. Cause, well, it was a good idea and a bad idea, because now if I want to finish it, I'll feel pressured to stream it. So now that I think about it, maybe not the best idea. That's alright though. Let's see, I could stream it tomorrow maybe. That would mean I'd stream 3 times this week. Which is hilarious because I haven't even managed to stream 3 times this year. Despite my complete intentions to. Did I stream twice in January? I'm trying to remember. I don't think I did. I think I've streamed once this... Is that really true? I've only streamed once? That's wild. Definitely trying to do more streams, but not finding the motivation to. But today I did feel like it, and that's good. I also want to play other games than Destiny, especially on stream. I think I enjoy other games than Destiny on stream a lot more. But I have to play a lot of Destiny right now to prepare for the day 1 raid, and it's a new season and new yearly expansion even. So there's a lot going on. It's a lot to do. A lot I want to do. So I'm playing a lot of Destiny, and I don't want to stream a lot of Destiny, so not really a lot of encouragement to do a lot of streaming. I'm also playing a lot of GTA right now, just because my friends enjoy it. But I probably wouldn't want to stream that or
that's a lot of shadow.
make them be on my stream for that either. So that's why I haven't been streaming much. Not why, actually, but a very what's the word? Contributing issue. The other big issue is I just haven't felt like it. That's not an issue in the word issue, but that's English. Either way, point is, I want to stream more. Hopefully I will. I probably shouldn't have taken those. Hey, wait, this is one of those tiny sparrows. Oh, and this one's neat. I love and hate that these sparrows have like a fucking reticle up here. The tiny ones that look like that. It's so strange. The Legendary campaign is pretty fun. Sorry, I'm just jumping topics completely. But I wish that it was more... I wish it flowed better. I wish you got out of one mission and went straight into another instead of going to that random place in Neomuna, and then I have to quick travel here, and then now I'm listening to Nimbus. I feel like I should have been able to listen to Nimbus right away. Also nice, I'm getting there on the Neomuna weapons. What am I missing here? Actually, yeah. I'm just missing one pattern on the sniper and 2 patterns on the GL. Neither of which I care that much about. I might end up caring about the sniper after I see what perks it rolls, but for now, doesn't seem that important to me. Oh, also, wait. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought that was going to give me the sniper. I already have that crafted. I think it gives a hand cannon after that, so yeah, that's not worth doing on my Titan anytime soon, other than for getting it out of my quests, really. And also, I think that's something I could do in the background while I'm doing other Neomuna stuff. It's a little fucked up that, sorry, one second. That the SMG, the machine gun, and the shotgun, the Neomuna weapons, aren't craftable. And they're the ones from Terminal Overload, so they're focusable farm-wise at least, but like, you can't focus perks on them, obviously. You can't get enhanced perks on them, obviously. And like, that's... it just sucks, because those are the 3 that I wanted the most. And when I found that out, which was like, after I had already crafted the Pulse and like, the Fusion, it was sad. It was sad times, because I had dismantled so many SMG and what do you call it, machine gun rolls that I would have liked, and I've only gotten the shotgun once this morning because I had like hardly done the terminal. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of which, that's why that's there, because I'm done with the Winterbite quest, I think. Also, I should pay attention because I almost just died. Actually, I might get an orb. And then do a finisher. That, oh, and then do another finisher. Alright, now I have a grenade. That's the one thing about these loadouts, is you do have to start it up. You have to get it running first by getting one finisher, and then you'll get the charge. And then from then on, you'll just perpetuate the charge and get the rewards. It's cool. I think it's nice that there's like an archetype of builds now, which is finisher builds. And, you know, I guess you could say there were archetypes of builds before, but this feels very strongly like an... I want to use a different word than archetype, but it feels like a very specific thing that you always have to have 2 empowered finish and then quick charge, and then that's the combo, because then you get 3 charged. 3 armor charges, that's what they're called. And then you have whatever mod you're using for whatever thing you're going to be benefiting. It's neat, I think, that there is a build that works on any subclass, any class, and just whatever you want to build onto it. It's like, not modular, but it's very generalistic, because I can just open my inventory, put 2 empowered finish quick charge on, and then I can say, alright, do I want constant ability uptime of one of my abilities? Do I want constant special ammo? Do I want to heal off of finishers? I think that one also requires 3 charges, but I could be wrong. Etc, etc. And it's very neat, because it opens new doors for anybody to build craft, because that's something very simple, I think. I think a lot of people who aren't used to build crafting could learn about that and start build crafting themselves, and that maybe that's like a gateway into build crafting. It's neat. I like it. And I do wonder if it'll be nerfed, because I don't know if it was necessarily intended to be able to go 2 empowered finishers and then quick charge. It'd be silly if their playtester playtesters had never noticed that. That's a wipe, really. It'd be silly if they'd never noticed that, but there are sillier things that their playtesters, or at least that didn't get fixed. Really? All the way back here? Maybe I should pay more attention. Actually, I need kills on the Manticore. That does extra damage to red bars, right? Because it's an exotic primary. This is the first time I've ever put this thing to use. Yeah, I have 100 kills on it. But yeah, sure, I'll throw on the Manticore. I just realized it's going to be doing reduced damage because it's not up to light. I don't want to keep using infusion armor or fodder that I was getting ready for the day 1 raid, but oh well. I'll get more. And if I don't, then I'll get fucked, I guess. I'm not really too worried about it. I should definitely get more infusion fodder by then. I don't like the Manticore. I don't like jumping in the air and now being floating in the air because I shot. Because I spend a lot of time jumping into the air and shooting. You can just press it again to stop, right? Nope, not while ADSing. ADSing puts you back into it. That's rough. It does give you damage resist, right? Hopefully. God, I hope it does. It'd be awful if it didn't. Like, just literally, it would not be good. Doesn't it get like a damage bonus for getting kills in the air or something? Doesn't feel like it's doing a lot of damage. Feels like perhaps I just infused it for nothing. A waste of an upgrade module, if anything. Man, he sends you flying. That's what I did to last time. That is wild. Let me grab these for the barricade. The reload speed on this as well. Not fun amounts of reload speed, that's for sure. Hello. Just gonna pop up over here. Good lord, that guy went flying. Jesus. I wonder if that's a combination of the volatile and severance enclosure, or if severance enclosure just does that. Dude. I don't remember getting booped once on my other two characters in the entire campaign. Or, that's not true. But on my hunter in the entire campaign. What is this? Although I think on my hunter I killed these guys using Fourth Horseman of all things. I'm glad that match game isn't a thing. Just period. It's a lot less restrictive on build crafting. And another thing I like about some of the mod changes is that now you can put on like a font of might equivalent than the now font of might thing. I think it's, what is it called? I don't remember what it's called, but you know what I mean. You can put those on for any element for any subclass you're on, which is neat, because before it was like, okay, I'm on Solar, I guess I'll pull out my Code Duello from Season of the Chosen so that I can make use of Font of Might. Which, like, that blew. That was unfun. Now that's partially because we haven't gotten another good Solar Rocket and for that particular situation. But, it's neat now that you can just run a build like a Void build, for example, and run Ikelos SMG, and with Arc, you know, that one Arc mod that makes Arc weapons drop orbs, and then Arc Surge, and then you could run like Storm Chaser or something, or Hothead, but you're on like Void. Hello, Simplord 9003. I did not just die because I looked over. Incredible. Also, that fall really killed me, huh? Did they make it so you no longer can't die in one fall with Lightfall. I was doing that to test. That was not an accident, just to be clear here. Because it used to be that if you're at full health and you fall, as long as you don't fall on like a slanted surface, which is why I thought I died when I landed here. As long as you don't fall on a slanted surface, you just would not die. I don't think that's exactly how that's supposed to look. There's a starting soon screen. There's no shot it's been on that. How long has it been like that? Thank you for letting me know that. I wonder how long that's been. That's too bad. I don't think it's been too long because I did check like 20 minutes ago, less than that maybe, to make sure it was actually functioning properly. Man, you guys missed the sleeping war beasts being broken. There was one levitating above the others. I'm lost. Okay. You know, you'd think with me having done this twice already, I would perhaps remember where to go, but not really. Somehow. I'm not really enjoying the Manticore very much. Between the fact that it doesn't do that much damage when you get the damage bonus going, because I do think there is a damage bonus with this exotic. Maybe we should read it. yeah, so just being airborne. It's still not doing that much damage, and it is legend difficulty content, and I'm sure that's relevant. I'm gonna die. Yep. So used to Bastion. I'm so used to the escape button just being there at all times. Because with Bastion you can just throw down that overshield and it's like, okay, I'm not dying anymore. But in this build I'm not running that, so... It feels crazy to get hit by a phalanx shield and not instantly die. So used to pre-laid full, where every time I came near a phalanx I just instantly died. Duality was hell.
Dead end. Hang on. I'll reroute us.
You're losing valuable time. This is exactly what I was concerned about.
I wish that Manticore activated only when ADSing, because right now if I shoot... Okay, that just proved me wrong. do I not have enough charge? Yeah, okay. Right now if I shoot... Really? Well, now I look like an idiot. I thought if I... Yeah, okay, I have to hit somebody for it to activate. If I shoot while hip firing, it activates the in-flight thing, which is annoying, because I jump around all the time and shoot, and then I'm stuck in the air and taking a lot of damage. Which is non-preferable. I think I just negated that phalanx spoof with the Manticore flight though, so that's good. That's an upside, I suppose. I like how they added strand shields, and I still don't think there's any cases of stasis shields. I might be incorrect on that. But I'm pretty sure we don't have any stasis shields. And I do wonder if... Well, I imagine they'd be added, because if they're going to add strand shields, I feel like it's only fair. I should not have just run into that guy. Okay. Beautiful.
That statue could have come right out of the Leviathan. Maybe he's still the same old callous deep down.
I wonder why that statue is there if there's not, like, nearly as much of that elsewhere. Because I think that does get brought up, where, like, there's not a lot more of that, and there's a lot more, like, darkness architecture like there is in Rolk's Pyramid. And yet, there's that Callus statue there, which is very much like Callus and not like Callus now. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought that was just gonna kill me, because I have heard people get fucked by this elevator before. But no, looks like activating Manticore midway through is a-okay. Just makes it take a little longer. Come on. Oh my god, mantle in this game sometimes. Am I working on the catalyst? Okay, I'm not working on the catalyst. Do I have the mission then? Or the quest? I do. I think that was at like 11% before, so... It'll be done with soon enough, I suppose. And then I probably will switch to something else. I might switch to a repulsor brace trace rifle. I forget what it's called.
Just look at all
Holiday now.
these ships.
Because I don't think I'm having any issues with special economy really. And I'm not using my special very much, but I think it would work out. Especially if I put on special finder. Wow, that melee gets a lot of kills with Severance and Closure.
Overloading those energy conduits should do the trick.
This exotic is very underrated. And I wonder if we'll be seeing it more with Heart of Minimus Light out of the picture. Not like out of the picture, because I do hear that Heart of Minimus Light is still usable. I haven't tried it post-nerf. Because I don't really care, because I just want to use other exotics. Because I'm so sick of Heart of Minimus Light. But yeah, it'll be neat seeing what other exotics break through the Heart of Minimus Light barrier now, or rather fill in the space that it will leave behind. I think on Stasis, Horfrost Z is definitely going to be like the primary exotic for Stasis Titan. Not that Stasis Titan is very good in almost any content. Although I haven't tried out the new exotic. Obviously, just now playing the Legendary campaign on my Titan. The double boops from the Incendiors, not so bad. Or no, the single boops aren't so bad. But when they double up like that, you can go flying sometimes. I'm just glad I don't instantly die when it happens now, like I used to. That's the best change they made in Lightfall, honestly, is the Architects not being able to insta-kill you. I thought they wouldn't do any damage anymore. I thought you just wouldn't take any damage when you go flying into a wall and stuff like that. But you do. It just leaves you at like 1 health, which... I don't know how I feel about that, because sometimes you still just get fucked by the Architects, unlike getting fucked by stupidity like I am right now. That was close. Just wasn't paying attention. But yeah, sometimes you still just get screwed by them because you'll take a ton of damage from getting flung into a wall, and then you'll die to like burn or something.
You've got fewer ships to worry about now.
And that kind of sucks.
An improvised distraction.
I saw a clip of somebody in my clan who's a returning player to this game on this section attempting the Legendary campaign, because they had completed the regular one, had a lot of trouble at Callus, but had completed it, which I'm proud of them for. But they were on this part with the Tormentor, and I don't think I saw them ADS once in the clip they sent, and they were using the 720 RPM machine gun from Season of the Risen Recurrent Impact, which I couldn't recommend less, I don't think. They were also saying that everybody just keeps telling them to hit the crit spots, and that's not very helpful. And I can understand how unhelpful that would be, but when you're shooting at things like this, there's a reason you're not hitting the crits. And I'm not trying to hate on them or anything, it's interesting. I wonder how many people play the game like that. Like it's CSGO or something. Is he? Okay. You know, just gonna float there apparently. I will say, now that I'm looking at it, now that I'm in like a one-on-one scenario with a Tormentor, this build does not regenerate ability energy very well without things to kill. Which makes sense. It is a finisher ran build. Here we go, though. Getting some of those finishers. Uh-oh. Save me. Cool. I was mostly doing that finisher there so I didn't die. Because I don't think he can grab you during a finisher. I don't know, are there any other... I guess you could call it like a command grab. Are there any other of those in Destiny? I don't think there are. I think the Tormentor's the first case of something like that. Either way, I don't think I'd know if it can take you out of a finisher. It's not often I'm doing finishers outside of higher end content. Higher than Legend, at least. I can't tell you how many times I've stood at these doors and forgotten that there's like Crux minigames for them. and just not shot them. I just waited for the doors to open. Same goes for the places in Neo Manor where there are like glass doors.
Good.
I'm just so used to doors opening in this game and having destructible doors. That's wild.
Focus on the path ahead.
Which does look good.
You're almost there.
But yeah, I'm never expecting it. Which is funny, because, I mean, usually it's a Destiny player's first instinct to just shoot everything. I wonder why... I wonder how I activated
It's strange.
the Manticore's thing while I was in that elevator last time.
Old callus.
Oh, there was something to shoot at, wasn't there? Why do I have 2 armor charge? How is that possible? That shouldn't be possible with my build. Oh, it's because my build is broken again. Why does that happen? Okay, so now we get to see if maybe just taking one off and putting one back on will fix it. Let's see. Nope, as you see on the left there's still no armor charges, still no grenade energy. Let's try both. Nope. Okay, so I think it was dying last time that reset it. I don't have a way to quickly die. I don't think those things would have taken enough damage, so I'll test that in the next round. Once again, forgetting the correct mechanic. It's not like I've never run VOW or anything. It just doesn't come to mind. Because you don't really see those things in campaigns and stuff usually. And as well as that, there's nothing like that outside of the campaign, really. Besides, obviously, VOW, like I mentioned. I don't think anything in Witch Queen had you shooting cruxes or something to open doors. It's a lot more mechanic-y. Wow, that really killed me. Now I get to test it, though. Whether or not the finisher's still broken. And I wonder if it's... the finisher being broken is specifically because I have less than 3 armor charge. I don't know why I just ran at him. I wonder if it's specifically because I have less than 3 armor charge. Because the way the build works is you have 0 armor charge, you do a finisher, you get 3, and then the next time you finisher, it consumes 3, giving you grenade energy, and also gives you 3 more. So it's just self-sufficient. But maybe having less than 3 when you first do that finisher is what's causing the problem. That'd be a little silly, but I wouldn't put it past Bungie.
Osiris has been struggling, but I don't know what we can do to help. If my angles are right, this grav lift is a straight shot to the radial mast.
You really just said,
You have
I don't know what to do about Osiris. Anyways.
Do not falter now.
The most exciting part of Witch Queen? Or, Lightfall. Dismantling old armor. Or dismantling lower light armor.
There's a whole army in here.
I wonder if...
Ready to march.
I don't know. I wonder how power level would work if they do actually end up removing it from the game.
Something's wrong.
Okay, this is what I'd say is the first difficult part.
I have a bad feeling.
Or the first... Yeah, the first difficult part of the Lightfall campaign on Legend difficulty. Because everything before this, pretty easy. Pretty baby mode. But this, a bit more difficult. I had to actually change up my build when I first ran it on my Warlock. Now, I was playing with one other person, and I was not running a build. Period, really. Because I was trying... Well, I was running a build, but that build was Necrotic Grips with a glaive I was trying to level up that didn't have any good perks on it. So that was not the right idea. Or at least I was not the right person to pilot that kind of build, because that did not work.
That monument must be the radial mast. There's no
After that, it wasn't nearly as hard, but it was still pretty difficult. I don't remember how difficult this was on my Hunter. I know I was running like an Assassin's Cowl arc build. Every time he says that, I hear no bitches. And I heard that a lot of times because me and my friend were stuck on this for longer than we should have been. For the aforementioned reasons. At least my my shit's working now. I didn't really pay attention to what might have fixed that. Maybe it was dying. Maybe if I pick up an orb and end up at like 1 armor charge, I should try picking up 2 more orbs to be at 3 and see if that fixes it. Although I don't think it will, because it's not giving me any armor charge, and I don't really see why it would do that at all, really. Oh, wait. I might know. I might know. Maybe it's not a glitch at all. When you have none. I'm just bad at reading. I shouldn't have done that right now. But yeah, now I know. The reason it wasn't working is because if you don't have 0 armor charge, you won't get any. So, let me think. That means that doesn't really change a lot. That just means I should start everything with a finisher and make sure I do that every time I die, because otherwise I will have the potential of picking up an orb and therefore being at 1 armor charge. And once I do 1 finisher, I should never consume armor charge, so it's never an issue. Because I'll just be using it and making more every time I use it. Slightly devour crutching there. Yep, no bitches every time. Sounds just like it. You do get damage resist with Manticore, right? I think you do. When you're in the air. Not enough. Probably more than enough, especially because that would be awful in PvP. But I think it just gives you none in PvP, actually. I don't know. I think I've made it clear I haven't used this weapon much. I saw that the exotic was going to be a Void SMG, and I'm like, oh my god, another exotic SMG. And it's Void. And then it has these perks, which are good. I just don't like the floatiness of being like stuck in the air, because it feels very easy to die that way. Which is what the point of any damage resist would be, but it's not enough to make it good in high-level content. I'm sure this is pretty fun in low-level content, and I'm not really using it as much either, so I'm not really getting that damage buff. I don't know. I think it's a fine exotic. And I'm not saying, like, it's badly designed. I just don't enjoy using it. Because look at that. I was doing 900 damage, and then I jumped a little bit and started shooting him. 1,000. That's not enough of a difference. Which I thought it was like 30%, but that's not how math works. Yeah, 600 up to... Oh, it builds up over time, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I remember something like that. That's probably what it was. Okay, so maybe I should try messing around with that, but I don't really want to. I just kind of want to finish the kills for the catalyst and vault it forever again. Which, you know, what's the point of doing the catalyst then? But I just like getting things done. Oh yeah, grenades. Okay, thank god that gave me health. I don't know what it gave me health off of. Oh, I do have Devour up. What? Because I was thinking like, oh, grenades will give me Devour, but no, that's a Warlock thing. Oh no. Okay, I thought I had just died. That's a lot of orbs. What is spawning those? It's those taken Centurions, right? Yeah. Die, please. Don't appreciate that. I almost just died. Yeah, like that didn't end up like ramping up to a lot of damage, and if it doesn't ramp up in that amount of time, it doesn't ramp up quickly enough to feel good in high-end content. I don't feel like. This stream has just become me complaining about the Manticore. I don't mean for it to be like that, but I should probably just stop using it. You know, I thought at some point I'd be able... Fuck's sake. I thought at some point I'd be able to finish that guy. Not the case. I should not have done that. If I thought about it fast enough, I could have bubbled right after I got hit by the melee, but I didn't realize there was that big of an empty space to fall into. It's too bad. I will switch off of it, because I'd probably be better off running something else. I wonder if I shouldn't try a GL. I should probably try... Oh yeah, I said I was going to try a trace. Okay, I'll do that. Then I'll do special finisher, or not special finisher, special finder. That should be good. How much should I start with? Almost 500. That'll work. That'll work.
That monument must be the
And then with the seasonal mod that gives me volatile rounds, it'll be good.
radiating from it. Oh no.
At last you have arrived, Guardian. Welcome to this final test of strength.
I think I went flying.
Alas, this
That's one thing Severance Enclosure does do, which is still here, no bitches every time, by the way. Does do, which is interesting, is send things flying almost as much as Arc Hunter did on, well, did like last season. I don't know if it was last season or something, but something about, oh no, it was Plunder when that started. Something about like Arc Hunter Melee and like a couple other things would just send things flying sometimes, and I don't recall why or if that's still a thing. It wasn't really a problem. It didn't really harm anything. Sometimes it gave you a free kill on a champ or something. It's not something to complain about though, really. Imagine hitting shots. Nice. Okay, that should make this a lot easier just to have that guy dealt with. Then I'll clean up the scions and then wrap around to the plate on the other side. Oh, do the scions just keep spawning? No, that's a Centurion. What? Do they keep spawning? That's obnoxious. That's one thing about Lightfall. It doesn't feel like you can take a very tactical approach because there are just so many enemies at all times that, like, progressively clearing a room doesn't feel like much of a mechanic in any part of the campaign, honestly. I can't think of any part of it. And I say Lightfall, I just mean like the campaign on Legendary difficulty. Which isn't like a big problem, because the ad density is fun. And like they said in their several different things, I can't remember what it was specifically that they were talking about it in. Bungie, that is. They wanted to make it feel like an action movie. And I think they did a pretty good job with that. And I don't know that everything else suffered for it. I know that people have a lot of issues with the narrative and stuff like that. But I think they achieved what they're going for, which is neat. Damn it. I will say with the trace rifle now, it's a lot harder to get things low to finisher them. Damn it. Of course. At least I didn't die. Oh yeah, I should actually kill that before I end up dying to it. I should kill everything before I ended up dying to it. I should not dunk before destroying that. Wow. Okay. Gotta hide my hole over here. Shit. There are a lot of ads and I don't have any abilities up. I need to get a finisher off. Yep, okay. I should have waited to regen before I did that. There were probably a mix of things I could have done to avoid that going wrong, but waiting to regen being chief among them. Okay. Do I want to? I'm gonna switch back to funnel up. I think that just simplifies things, and then I'll just run with it.
That monument must be the radial mast. There's no mistaking it. That's light energy radiating from it. Oh no.
At last you have arrived, God.
I want to meet the guy that comes up with all the fucking names for the randomest shit in this game, like the radial mast.
Alas, this day I have no
A lot of it's really good.
store for you. Even the best contenders
It's so hard to resist the urge to bring up the fact that it all sounds like no bitches. I don't know why I feel the need to point it out every time, but it really does sound like that every time. Okay, I swear it's not because I'm getting impatient, but I'm gonna try to quickly get this other plate instead of clearing the room. And I'm being punished for it. I did not mean to press that. I mean, I probably should have anyway, but nonetheless.
The radial mast is too well shielded. We can't even scratch it. But maybe we can overload those energy conduits.
I don't know if I should have done that. I don't know if I should have done that. Used my grenade, I mean. Probably would have been better used over here or something. I don't like that the bullets don't impact your barricade and they just, like, wiggle their way around it, because that happens. Oh. Which isn't the game's fault. I just should have looked behind me and shot them instead of looking behind me and running into them. But, oh well. It would be nice if they just ran into the barricade.
That monument must be the radial mast. There's no mistaking it. That's light energy
All right.
radiating from it. Oh no.
I didn't shoot Witherward once last time, did I? That should help. Yeah, look at that. Melts them.
Alas, this day I have no riches in store for you. Even the best contender's performance grows insipid without a worthy opponent. Wouldn't you agree?
So this is what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna have to start focusing a lot more than I usually do, and the commentary's gonna suffer for it. See, I started talking and started dying. I say started dying, but I think I was dying before I started talking anyway. Oh. Man, that guy did a lot of damage. I didn't realize that was the major. I assumed the major was elsewhere instead of paying attention. He does a fuck ton of damage, apparently, if you stand right in his face. Who would have known? Who would have guessed? What's my light at? It's definitely enough, okay. So that's not an excuse. Unless your armor is counted in the game as a separate light level from your main light level as far as how much damage you take from things. Here. Since I don't currently have any plans to use this outside of the campaign. Let's just upgrade the light level of a couple things that I'll probably use this. A couple things that I won't use. Apart from on this build, maybe. I don't know, either way. Upgrade those to see if it makes any difference. Because I do wonder. And if I complete it first try here, then that's proof, I guess.
There's no mistaking it. That's light energy.
Where do the enemies come from when they drop down here?
No.
Oh, okay. This feels like it's off to a better start, but that's probably coincidence. There's another word I'm looking for that I can't think of. Let's see how much damage this does to me. I don't know. I think that's about the same, actually. Okay, now don't walk into this guy's face. Hello. This build is pretty fun. It's just fun using a finisher build with Devour. I think that combo alone is worthy of building around.
But maybe we can overload those energy conduits.
And then add that on with Severance Enclosure and a variety of other things that make this build tick. It's pretty decent. If I wanted to spam suppressor grenades, I could do that and then run Collective Obligation. And then spread Volatile and Suppression. Why can't I dunk it there? Oh, it only goes in the other one, doesn't it? There we go. I shot the darts. Wild concept. There are a lot of them. I want to finish one of you. Thank you. Hello. Okay. Yeah, I should probably start focusing the Centurions. I know they respawn to some extent, but they can only respawn so quickly. Although at the rate I'm killing them, I'm sure they could respawn quick enough to replace the dead ones. Wild idea, use Witherward. Completely forget about that sometimes. Okay, there we go. Time to finally put the ball in the hole. I feel like Callus gives himself a lot of credit. Which, I mean, that is his character. But I mean particularly in that instance. Because, like, the Guardian was doing shit long before they ever met Callus. Long before they ever met them. Although I'm sure Callus would genuinely think that he is responsible for the Guardian's greatness. That was a very smart melee by me, but I honestly was auto-meleeing trying to throw my shield. But yeah, that melee did stop me from getting booped to my death. Pretty fortunate. I like that the darts just vibe outside of the shield. Well, I say vibe, but they're scurrying around everywhere. Yeah, I cannot follow that whatsoever. I should stop using my finisher for no reward. I should be grenading, finishing, grenading, finishing. Whoa, that was close. That was close to being really stupid. On my part. It's a good thing that guardrail is there, because that was also very close. Do I shift to kill things? Yeah. Surely I won't die while I'm on the last part with like 2 enemies remaining. Surely not. Okay.
Another darkness anomaly. Where did it come from?
I think it's an interesting decision to only give us Strand, or to only give us Grapple when using Strand on all 3 characters during the campaign. Because like afterwards you can get the Threadling Grenade and the Shackle Grenade. And I get why we only get Grapple, but I don't know. I feel like there could have been potential for allowing us to use the other ones. Oh no. Hello. That felt like my melee came out later than I meant it to. Shoot the... Thank you. Does the Titan use its charged melee when grapple meleeing? What? Why? That's... noxious, honestly. Maybe I'm using it wrong? Like, maybe there is a way to use the proper grapple melee? And yeah, see, there we go. That was grapple melee. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm gonna die. In my super. Because these damn darts... Can I kill the darts? I'm gonna assume no, because that one didn't work. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. I don't remember basically any of the missions between this one and the last one, honestly. I remember the one where Rohan dies. So I guess there's some credit to be given there. I do remember that mission, so, you know, it's gotta mean something. But, yeah, I just don't remember the campaign very well, and that's totally because I blitzed through it. That's not the fault of the game. But I don't remember how long it is the point I'm trying to kind of get at. So I do wonder if I could reasonably do this in 2 streams. You know, if I keep dying at the rate I am now, then I probably won't be able to. Although this is the mission that I had the most trouble beating on my last 2 runs. So that's, I mean, it only goes up from here, you know? All the rest are going to be easier, surely. I mean, that's genuinely how it went on my Warlock. I don't really remember if I had any trouble on my Hunter. Even on this mission, I think my Hunter's run was just really easy. But that's a combination of Arc Hunter being really good and Strand Hunter being really good. I mean, I say that, Void Titan's really good too. I don't know if I can come up for any excuses. Come up with any excuses. I don't know why this makes me walk over here. Is he implying that there is a strength that can break the immune shield? What is that strength? I mean, apparently it's Kettle's ship, actually. Where does Kettle's ship come from?
Your recklessness will be the end of you one day. But not today.
Oh. Isn't this inside of a pyramid?
Have you come to disappoint me one last time?
I do appreciate that there's a Sparrow section here.
Is it done?
It's pretty dope.
We destroyed the radial mast.
We can't. The whole ship is coming down on top of us. We have to go.
We were too late once already, and Callus was able to secure the veil.
Wow, this was already having Osiris say we were too late once already. Do you know how many times we're too late after this? I feel like it's at least once, which is really pretty funny. No, maybe the next time we get to the Radial Mast is when Rohan sacrifices himself for it. Oh yeah, I have to stand over here.
Guardian,
Oh, okay.
your
I don't.
recklessness will be the end of you one day. But not today.
Should I avoid those? Apparently so. Wait, does it do damage? I have to know. Can it break the immune shield?
Come to disappoint me
Oh.
one last time.
We'll, just show ourselves out.
I like how Callus implies that having the darkness gives you that impervious shield. It's because of the darkness that he has an immune shield. It's the way it's worded anyway. Which, you know, when I say it out loud, it doesn't sound that funny, but I don't know. Maybe it's something you have to be there for.
We made it.
Wait, is the timer? Why is there a timer and darkness stacks that go up? Wait, what? Because I had the darkness stacks on the left side of my screen. Please skip. Why can't I skip it? Okay. But I had darkness stacks, and there's that ridiculously long timer. I think that timer's long enough that you could feasibly kill everything on the way. Nah. Oh shit, it is that time already. Wow, okay, so that's gonna be the last mission I do then for this stream. This was probably the shortest stream I've ever done then. No. Almost 2 hours? I've probably done a shorter one before. Oh, I didn't actually check if I could make the bitrate better, because I remember it didn't look too good last time I streamed. Hopefully it looks fine.
Empress Kaigel's forces will help push back Hallis's advances.
We've done nothing but waste time.
I understand.
Yeah, I suppose I'll wrap up the stream now, actually.
I cannot lose you again in your eagerness to fight.
So, maybe I'll stream again, like, later this week, but, well, I know I'll stream for day one. That's a fact, because I just stream every day one, basically. But I don't know if I'll stream again to finish this campaign on my Titan, and I don't know if I could, because it would probably take a couple hours, honestly. Even if I didn't fail, I think it would take a couple hours. And I don't know if I'll have time for that this week before Friday. So maybe I'll do it off stream, maybe I won't. Either way, that is the end of this stream. Hopefully I'll be streaming some other games soon. Especially after day one. I should hopefully be, maybe DST, maybe... I don't want to promise anything, we'll see. But anyhow, that is the end of this stream. Goodbye.